The trading routine that keeps you consistent. Most traders believe consistency comes from discipline. They think consistency is about willpower, about trying harder, about forcing patience. They tell themselves that tomorrow they will be more focused, more controlled, more disciplined. But discipline doesn't appear when emotions are high. Discipline is not something you turn on in the moment. Professionals understand something most traders don't. Consistency does not come from motivation. It comes from structure, and that structure is called a trading routine. A routine removes emotion from decision-making. It tells you what to do before emotions ever show up. Without a routine, trading becomes reactive. You wake up and check charts randomly. You scroll through pairs without a plan. You trade when you feel excited. You stop when you feel tired or frustrated. That's not trading. That's gambling with extra steps. Professional traders do the opposite. They trade at specific times. They review at specific times. They stop trading at specific times. They don't wait to feel ready. They follow a process. A trading routine begins before the market even opens. It starts with preparation. Professionals review higher time frames. They identify key levels. They mark important zones. They consider possible scenarios. They do this calmly, without pressure, because planning is done when emotions are low. Execution is done when rules are clear. This is where most traders fail. They plan nothing and expect clarity during live trading. But the market does not offer clarity, it offers movement. If you don't prepare, you will react, and reaction is emotional. Emotion leads to impulse. Impulse leads to mistakes. A routine removes impulse. It replaces emotion with repetition. A routine also defines when you do not trade. This is critical. Professional traders do not sit in front of charts all day. They don't chase every candle. They wait. They know their setups. They know when those setups appear. Everything else is ignored. This protects them from overtrading. Overtrading is not a strategy problem. It is a routine problem. Without boundaries, you trade out of boredom, fear, or excitement. A routine creates boundaries. It tells you when to trade and when not to. It tells you when to stop watching the charts and step away. Most traders believe more screen time means more opportunity. Professionals know more screen time often means more mistakes. A routine also controls risk automatically. Risk management is not just position sizing. It's exposure management. It's knowing when to stop. It's knowing when conditions are not favorable. Professionals reduce risk by trading less, not by trading more. A routine includes limits. Limits on trades per day, limits on losses per session, limits on emotional tolerance. These limits exist to protect capital and protect mindset, because once emotions spiral, logic disappears. A routine also includes review. Most traders avoid reviewing trades because review forces honesty. It forces you to see your mistakes clearly. Professionals embrace review. They don't review to criticize themselves. They review to improve execution. They ask better questions. They don't ask, did I make money? They ask, did I follow my rules? This shift changes everything. When you judge yourself by process, results become a byproduct. When you judge yourself by profit, emotions take control. A routine also creates emotional stability. You stop reacting to every win or loss, because each trade becomes just one data point, one repetition in a long series. Professionals think in series, not single outcomes. This is why they stay calm after losses and controlled after wins. Their routine keeps them grounded. A routine also includes stopping. Stopping is a skill. Professional traders know when to walk away. After a fixed number of trades, after reaching a daily loss limit, after noticing emotional fatigue, they stop before damage happens. Beginners do the opposite. They push through. They believe more trades will fix the problem, but more trades often deepen it. A routine removes decision-making from stopping. Stopping becomes automatic. No debate, no negotiation. This is powerful. Over time, a routine builds confidence, not emotional confidence, operational confidence. Confidence that comes from repetition. Confidence that comes from knowing what to do. You stop guessing. You stop improvising. You execute. Trading becomes boring, and boring is good, because boring trading is controlled trading. Excitement is the enemy of consistency. Professionals aim for predictability, not in outcomes, but in behavior. A routine does not guarantee profits, nothing does, but it dramatically increases your chances of surviving long enough to become skilled, and survival is the real edge. Most traders fail not because they lack intelligence, they fail because they lack structure. They rely on emotion instead of process. A routine replaces emotion with clarity. You don't need a complicated routine. Simple is better. Simple routines are easier to follow, easier to repeat, easier to trust. Your routine should fit your life, your time, your schedule, your personality. Copying someone else's routine rarely works. Design one that you can follow consistently, even on bad days, especially on bad days, because bad days are where routines matter most. If you take nothing else from day 7, take this. A routine does not limit you. It protects you. It protects you from impulse. It protects you from overconfidence. It protects you from emotional decisions. It protects you from yourself. And in trading, that might be the most important protection of all. In the next lesson, we will begin assembling everything, mindset, risk, execution, and routine, into a complete trading framework. If you've made it this far, you are already doing what most traders never do. You are building foundations, and foundations are what last.